Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports56 happy hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. We got a little two-stepping Tuesday going on, always brought to you by the best, and that's my favorite refreshing beverage, Tito's. Man, Tito's handmade vodka ain't no joke. Kind of like the Gator Boys. They love making comebacks, and that's pretty much what they've done this whole entire tournament. Congratulations to the Gators. Congratulations to Todd Golden. 3 years, baby. Todd Golden took that joint over 3 years ago. Did you know that? 3 years ago. And he's already been crowned a champion. Also, fascinating little nugget that I found out this morning, because we breaking down everything. We're going to talk about the game, of course, last night, the college basketball season as a whole. We definitely going to get into a little NFL because it's time to talk a little draft, some slander, some craziness out there. We'll definitely get into that. You know, baseball. There's this little sport that we really need to start jumping into. I've had a little bit of fun with the baseball early this season. Just like remembering all the off-season trades. You're like, oh, God, I forgot he was over here. Last night, was it Seattle? Yeah. My new favorite player is Mastroboni. Like, dude, you talk about, like, a name, Mastroboni. Like, what did your ancestors do all day? I think I know. But we'll get into a little bit of baseball. We got all kinds of great, funny stories. I got Hardwood for you, 12:30. We got to find out what we're betting on. No more college basketball. Thank God we still got the NBA. The NBA is going to get really hot soon. That's as much as I kind of loathe almost the regular season of the NBA. And it's for multiple reasons. One, I don't like the fact that it starts after the NFL and college football. And when I'm knee-deep in football, I have to pay attention to a little bit of basketball. And the dudes on the court don't really care at the beginning of the season. So why should I care? But you know what I do care about when it comes to the NBA? Man, I love watching me a little college basketball. I love the NCAA tournament. But you know last night was not aesthetically pleasing. Neither team shot 40%. Somewhat of a rock fight. Was it an awesome game? Yes. But what I mean is when the NBA playoffs get here, the intensity on the defense is amped up. The intensity on the players is amped up. And the dudes really who are studs come out to play. I love the playoffs. Now, where are the Grizzlies going to be right now? They're sitting in that 8 spot, by the way. Ouch. They need a little bit of love. They need a little bit of help. And you know what? They got some help tonight because guess who they play tonight? Charlotte. Casual NBA fans are like, I didn't know that the Charlotte still had a team. They still got one in Washington, too, and Utah is trying to match them as places that are disappearing. But we got NBA action. One other little NBA nugget note. Did you see the Lakers beat the brakes off Oklahoma City? Was it Saturday?
Sunday.
Well, that's Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah, because it was the Women's National Championship. I was shocked. Like, that was a thorough butt whipping. So, you would think, like, tonight, Lakers, OKC would be must-watch TV, wouldn't you?
It is.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves are doubtful. They are doubtful because it's called I played so good the other night.
Want to leave that in their head?
Yeah, want to leave that in their head, want to keep the confidence. I don't know, but, you know, it's the NBA. Could you imagine an NFL team being like, other than week 17
yep, there you go.
Or 18.
That's the only time it happens. When you know you play them the next week in the playoffs.
And you're like, man, we can't improve our playoff position. We are right here. We are stuck here. A la the Rams of last year. Sean McVay, remember the last game of the season against Seattle where they made Geno Smith so much money? How did Geno make so much money? He needed one more win. He needed 2 touchdowns and 260 yards. When none of the Rams' starting defense was out there, guess what Geno did? He got the win, he got the yards, he got the touchdown, and he hit all 3 of his bonuses, which were, I think, north of $5 million.
And got paid again. Got a $60 million guaranteed out of Vegas.
And now he's in Las Vegas with more cash, and he's with his old buddy Pete Carroll. And yesterday I saw their press conference. Geno, what else are you going to say? I just can't wait to bring this organization a Super Bowl. I know. But doubt that's going to be happening. You're going to have fun, though. Brock Bowers is somebody you're going to like. But LeBron and all those boys aren't playing. I marked that on, I can't believe I'm saying this, well, my gambling calendar is what we should probably call it. Because I was like, oh, man, on Tuesday, when LA goes to OKC, I was like, Thunder going to exact some revenge. You know what I mean? Because they got whipped. Well, now the line is 15 because we don't know who's going to play. I will tell you, if you see some crazy big lines like Boston, did you see them? They were a 22-point favorite over either the Wizards or Charlotte or somebody who was trash.
I think they covered it.
No, they did. They covered. They won by 30+. And you're like, damn, I mean, that's the NBA. That's a big line, man. And tonight, the Lakers and the Thunder, 7 o'clock. I was looking forward to it. Not very interested. I mean, I'm sure closer to game time when we find out if they're all out. Like, is this one of those risks? Do you go ahead and, think to yourself, if they're listed as doubtful, should I go ahead and lay the 15?
Lay the 15 and
without
over.
Luka, LeBron, and the little man, Austin Reeves. Big country, Austin Reeves with the little headband.
You just reminded me. You just got me excited. You know why that's good news for me?
No.
Because when I was with Brian Dakins and our great friend Brett Stats Norsworthy on Sports Time, I placed a futures bet, sir, for Bronny to hit 20 points in any game this season. And this may be the throwaway game I was looking for. I win a nice piece of coin, too, because it was like plus 3,500.
Dude.
And they were like, D, you are just throwing money away. It was, A, it was bonus bets. But B, it's like this is the time that I kind of thought would happen, like a throwaway game. So come on, Bronny. Thank you, John. I didn't know that. So, yeah, must watch.
And show out, Bronny.
Must watch.
My boy D's going to make that money. Grizzlies, by the way, again, they also have a very big game. And, again, it's against the Hornets. And they're not good. And guess who else is a 15-point favorite?
Us.
Mm-hmm.
Mellowless, he swerved and bent the corner right out of the gymnasium.
What?
No Melo tonight. He's out for the season.
Oh, LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, LaMelo.
Damn
I used his brother's reference.
I'm thinking, for some reason, I was thinking the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Like, the NBA, I was like, Melo, you had Dwight.
Oh.
Is Dwight the first openly gay man to go into the NBA Hall of Fame?
Modern day, yes. He can't be the only one.
Well,
I mean, maybe
he's the only one everybody knows about. And he's not gay. He says, I think it's bi.
Pan.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, he likes everything.
What is Pan? Like, you like Peter Pan?
Like Peter Pan, spread him on everything.
Damn.
Good one, John.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pansexual, so. Hey.
But the point is, I was thinking you were talking Hall. I wasn't thinking about LaMelo Ball. Because now, when I think of a Ball brother, you know who I think of? Tweaker. You know how many people don't even know what I'm talking about?
Yes, they do. You have a great listener crowd. Like,
for my.
He listened to you enough to know that that's your jam, and you the biggest, the largest. And they know.
Big angsta plug. But like, he's not playing. I ain't worried about nothing. The only thing I'm really worried about is I want the offense to be extremely efficient. I want to see what it is that you fired Taylor for. And again, there's a lot of reasons. I'm not saying that, but I need to see some kind of change because Zach Kleiman and them don't make that decision unless they want to see something different. We know that 12, once Taylor Jenkins was fired, started the very next game after missing 6 games because of a, quote, hammy.
Came back, what, 33, something like that?
And by the way, the previous games before he set out, his previous, I think, 9 games, he was averaging something like 29 points. I don't have the stats in front of me, but it was a nice, ridiculous stretch, even though they only won 3 out of those games. He was still awesome. But what I mean is I need to see what it is. I need a little preview of what y'all are going to take into the playoffs. I wanted to see execution. I mean, look, Ja was not playing the other night. And I love Desmond Bain. He's the best Ninja Turtle that we've ever had. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch the old school Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a movie, not the cartoon. The movie of the little Donatello and Raphaels and stuff. Do they not look exactly like Desmond Bain? Little head, broad shoulders, thick base. He doesn't have a turtle shell on his back, but he looks thick and little kind of arms and legs. Like, looks just like him.
He's a hero in a half shell, John.
He is a hero, man, especially when he goes to the half shell. Man, but like, he cannot be the only person that can get a bucket in the fourth quarter if we're actually going to go somewhere.
You're right. They should 100% execute tonight. We're 100% healthy. Everybody's ready.
Everybody's coming. Everybody except for Brandon Clark. But he's out for the season.
He's out for the season.
Everybody needs to come out and bring it. And I just want to see, I want to see a team. I want to see 5 guys running and executing their stuff.
In concert. Like, no hero ball. Like, playoff ball. I'm with you. You have the right to ask of that tonight.
I mean, we only got, 3 games left?
And did you hear Mr. Woloshin before we came on? They have a hell of a run. So the way he described it is tomorrow, Thursday's game, not tonight. So we'll omit tonight. We should win tonight. But we have to get on the plane at close to midnight because it's a TNT game.
They're playing.
Then you get to Denver at 3, 4 in the morning to play
they
the
got
Nuggets.
Good lettuce. Hey, you fly up in the Denver airport. By the way, the worst airport if you've ever been in the Denver airport.
That's what Dave said. It says 30 minutes away from everything.
Man, and I also never I don't know if you've ever been out to Colorado. People are kind of hipped out. They're really nice. They're helpful. The only problem with Denver is there's no women. It's like 40-1. Every bar I went to, there would be 2 girls. If you added them together, they would equal a 1. But every single dude is trying to get them. Oh, by the way, if you're ugly, and I'm not trying to be mean, you know if you are or not. If you are, go to Denver. You'll be you'll be treated like
Brad Pitt.
No, I'm trying to think of a woman who gets just treated super duper.
Kardashian. Just go Kardashian.
Nah, bruh.
No Kardashian? Okay.
I mean, you don't have to go out there and make a sex tape and sell your soul. You don't have to screw with a bunch of people's careers. I mean, poor. What's that dude who I can't even remember his name? The ugly guy that married her, the first one, the basketball player.
Oh, yeah, played for the Nets.
What's that little boy's name?
Oh, man.
That poor boy was ruined. And now he's Eskimo brothers with probably half the league. And Hollywood. How did I get onto this subject? I need to get off of that. Oh, but back to the Grizzlies. I want to see something tonight. I need them to close out strong because, again, Darian was talking about their travel, everything. They got to go. They got Charlotte, then they got to go to Denver, then they close out against Dallas. Last little 4-game stretch. Let's go. Gives me a little bit of anxiety. I don't know if you know that.
You have the right to ask for execution.
It's what I want to see. I don't.
You have the right for that. Tonight you do. Denver, different story. Mavericks, whether AD plays or not. But tonight, you have the right for that, sir.
I mean, in the Heat game, which I thought they were going to go kick the Heat's ass, that was one they pulled out of their keister. In the Detroit game, if Desmond Bain doesn't go insane for 38 points, they're not even in it in the fourth quarter to make the comeback to win the basketball game, I want you, it is Charlotte. Go out there, show the world how much better you are, and run your ish. And then get your butt back here on Thursday and run your ish. And then when you go to Denver, Jamal Murray, keep your fingers crossed he ain't back because, man, does Denver look different without Jamal Murray. And then you have Dallas to close things out. And I don't know if you know, I have a feeling that Dallas will fly into Memphis. And then the rest of the Dallas Mavericks will fly out of Memphis on vacation to go do something. Because, man, Nico and them boys are just saying to herself, please lose the last 4 games. Let the Suns sneak in the play-in. We don't need more embarrassment. How crazy would it be if Dallas actually held on to that last spot and the Phoenix Suns with Kevin Durant and D Book have to go literally lose 6 games in a row, which they have, to not make even the play-in?
I mean, they're 3.5 games back. Speaking of the Suns, the Mavericks. So
I mean, but like
tough road to hoe.
It's a tough road to hoe. But I mean, how bad did the Suns have to go? Like really? And I didn't even expect to get on this, but Kevin Durant, I was thinking about him when he was out of Texas. Man, he was cold-blooded. Got into the league.
Oh no, John.
Cold-blooded.
You see the Suns' last 4 games; they have no chance. They have the Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, and then at Kings to wrap it up.
So they're going to lose their last 9 games of the season, it sounds like.
They may get that Spurs game because Spurs mailed it in, but the Kings, the Thunder, and the Warriors all will be playing them tough.
But how disappointing would it be? Like, I mean, Kevin Durant is great. I mean, he's going to be he's walking into the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer, superstar. We know this. I mean, he's one of the most elite scorers ever to lace them up. But he's also now been a part of 3. Now, I love a little thruple, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But I don't like 3 failures.
Nope.
And he tried to join 3 like super teams. Show ain't working in Phoenix. You saw what happened in Brooklyn, didn't you? That didn't work out too well, did it? Tell you one thing, that was crazy, man. When he teamed up with them boys out there, got a little Dre, got a little Clay, and got a little Steph, they were nasty. And he was the best player.
But he's an outcast, right?
No, it's just he's a walking bucket. He's a enigma. He's a pot-smoking crazy man. I like him a lot. But for some reason, and this is what I say all the time, leaders of men, KD ain't leading you to the promised land. You put him on a team like Golden State where they already have leadership. They got a strong coach in Steve Kerr. You got a superstar like Steph Curry and Clay, and you have all these pieces that are ready. You know who's an assassin that can come in there and make a great team even better? That's Kevin Durant.
I think you just described our situation. Think about it.
Yeah.
Leadership already there. All you need is an assassin. We don't need him to. Ja is nobody's second
Leadership
fiddle.
on this.
You don't need him.
Team.
You don't need him for leadership. You need him. We need an assassin. We need a hired gun.
I don't know.
We're trying to win this thing. Like, I don't think Jared needs someone to say.
Jared ain't outspoken.
Yeah. No, but I don't think he needs his hand taken to the wheel. I think they need an assassin, someone that says, we can win a game every night. Y'all with me? And every last one of those guys would say, yep.
Would I take Kevin Durant? Absolutely. Yeah. I would love it. I would get naked in the street and go crazy. But you're also making my point really suck. I guess what I was trying to say is like,
I was just visioning him here. That's all.
Yeah, I would love him here. And I would love to have him here. And my goodness, if they did, I'd go bananas.
Because he's on the move, right? But, you agree that.
Oh, yeah. You think he wants to stay?
Oh, he's out in
He wants to punch Bradley Beal still.
Yeah, he's out.
But what I mean is like this dude is a hooper. But he also he don't care outside of him hooping. He doesn't necessarily care about the results. He loves to just play. And he is a basketball head. This is all this. Dude never lifted weights, man. That's all he's done is shoot. And shoot. And he just loves shooting. You know, I'm like a dog. I like catching fly balls in the outfield. I could run around and catch them all damn day. But I do care about winning. More than even having a bunch of fly balls or me going 3 for 3. I'm not comparing myself what I'm saying is I don't know if winning is the most important thing to him, and I just don't ever see him, and I never saw throughout his career where he grabbed a bunch of dudes, said, this is my damn team. This is how we do it. He doesn't talk too much. Look at him on the basketball court in the huddles. Do you ever see him say anything? No, he's just standing there looking at you, just thinking to himself, I don't know what he's thinking. Man, I hope I rolled a couple up and put them in my ashtray so when I leave, I can light up. I wonder, did I invite that other girl to dinner? Like Kevin Durant, again, think about it. This dude has invited 3 different women on it the same date. They didn't know they were going to come up there. They show up. The one that doesn't have a problem or the 2 that don't have a problem, that's the 2 he going home with.
Rich man problems, John.
Like he's a walking bucket. He walks to the march of his own beat or whatever the hell I know there's a drum singing in there. Yeah. Master Boney marches to a different beat too.
Good use of that.
By the way, Seattle baseball player. But it just, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why I even brought up Kevin Durant.
Or you were saying that the Mavericks may or possibly needs to be worried about them. They don't.
I guess what the main thing is not necessarily the Mavericks. I'm just saying how disappointed if you're that billionaire owner. I can't even think of his name. 2 years ago.
New owner, too.
Yeah, you go out and buy this team. You spend all that money. You bring in Bradley Beal to team up with D-Book. You grab Kevin Durant. And then you can't thank you. You can't even be one of the top 10 teams in the West. That's where, how is Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and I don't care about anybody else, those 2 dudes against 5, not even good enough to be one of the top 10 teams in the West, I think is what is kind of crazy to me.
You realize those are 2 starters on your gold medal.
On the gold, yes.
2 starters.
Mm-hmm. And
these are your results. I get it.
That's just, to me, that's wild.
It is.
Now, I talked a little bit about everything during the opening segment. You know what we got to talk about is that crazy game that I saw last night. Darian,
hurt feelings.
I'm sorry that you didn't get there. I got there.
Yeah, I didn't get there.
When you lead, they didn't even get their first lead. You know they led for 17 seconds? They got their first lead under a minute to go when Walter Clayton makes that, free throw to give him that lead. And that was, it doesn't matter if you lead. You can be down the whole game, but if you are leading at the end of that buzzer, you're the winner. And Florida pulled it out. And it was
credit to them. They took it. I want to not be happy for Florida, but they took it. I give it to them. You're up 12. No excuses. None.
Hey, we watched
Houston
do it to Duke previously. But on the other side, we're really going to talk about this game.
But not getting a shot off is diabolical. Like that travel or whatever.
Well,
that's inexcusable.
The problem is, you just came out of a timeout.
Correct, sir.
Your last one. And you didn't even get a shot off.
Didn't get a shot off.
That hurts. That hurts for Houston fans, too. That hurts for those kids. Think about it. Because all you want is your shot. But 4 turnovers in the final minute of the basketball game for Houston, are you kidding me? 4? That's losing basketball. Walter Clayton was straight trash the whole game. Except for, they down. They making a little comeback. My man goes and gets his first bucket at the rack, gets fouled, and makes the free throw. A few seconds later, puts a 3-pointer in. Holy moly, this kid saw the ball go in, and now he's feeling it. Because the entire Gators from the jump were completely out of control. Walter Clayton in the first 3 minutes had 3 turnovers, no shots.
Bad turnovers too.
He
threw
one pass 5 feet into the stands.
Yeah.
Another time just lost the basket. It wasn't a good feeling if you had the Gators like I did. I was like, damn. That's not what I want to see. But we'll talk about my man. Well, you know the only way to beat a Cougar, right?
How's that?
More Richard. Will Richard. And that man kept them in the game. 18 points, 8 rebounds, but it was his first half. Without him scoring, they go down at halftime, down so many points that I don't think you can dig out of that hole. And he was awesome. And man, like, it's just, there's so many things we got to get into this game. I mean, one, I got to talk about LJ Cryer. Bro, why don't you listen to my show? If your hair is nappy, Shining Jam will make you happy. LJ, it's the national championship game, bro.
He was like that Saturday, too.
I know, it's just, I'm like, and then like, it was so funny, like, who was it? Somebody else, man, said something about, because I was calling him Ashley Larry. And then finally he's like, dude, I was like, damn. He's like, who's Ashley Larry? I was like, oh, man, you never seen the Chappelle Show? And he's like, yeah, I have, but I didn't know he played basketball. And I was like, dude, do me a favor. Just watch. When you see him, tell me who it is. A couple minutes go by, and then he's shooting a technical foul free throw. They put it on my man. And he goes, oh, dog, that's Ashley Larry. I was like, damn right it was.
Oh, as long as you said Ashley Larry was hooping, so he had
man, I don't know if you know. Here's the point about Ashley Larry, and this is why he really is Ashley Larry. Ashley Larry can roll them bones, right? And he always makes it to the end. And guess what? He's usually got a stack of cash. But guess what happens at the end of every single Ashley Larry day? He loses it on the last roll, and that's exactly what Houston did last night. LJ Cryer could not get up a shot. They could not take it to the rack. They kept shooting three-pointers. In fact, I was saying it during the game. This is amazing. The Gators have a chance to win the game, and the only reason is because for some reason Houston keeps jacking up threes all over the place. We're talking about air balls, multiple air balls. They made a three-pointer that was banked in from the corner, which is, let me just tell you something. No person in the history of the world ever said to myself, you know what, this is an angle to bank shot a three-pointer. Did you see his face running down the court?
I think that was Wilson.
He was like, how bad was that shot? Holy cow, it went in.
I got one a week ago, so bank's open.
Yeah, it was open, but I will tell you, we are going to break down the game on the other side because I got to pay a few bills, take a little bit of a timeout. But we got to talk about, this is, like, I am not here to bitch about officials, but I'm going to. How you got 4 fouls in the first half and 26 in the second half? You know, I know coaches go in and they take their teams and they make adjustments in halftime. Are you telling me that the officials went in there and got together and they go, damn, we only called 4 fouls in the first half. Let's go out there and get our fouls called.
Got to get that quota up.
Man, when both teams are in the double bonus with a plethora of time, that's insane. And I think both teams made it into the bonus at, what, about the 11-minute mark?
Houston was in at 15-minute mark. They got in it early. Florida was fouling.
Florida came out of the gate and had 4 fouls in the first 3 minutes of that damn second half. 2 technical fouls on Florida. Yet somehow the Gators won. I'll tell you how they ended up doing it. Talk about Todd Golden. Also, again, this man's 39 years old. He's the youngest dude to win the national champion as a coach since who? That would be Jim Valvano. Jimmy V, baby. And the Gator Boys, they did it. But you know what is the most impressing? Like, the game wasn't impressive, but you know what the most impressive thing was last night?
What was that?
Florida and Houston both made it to the national championship game. Not one 5-star recruit on either team's roster. Yeah, you heard me right. Don't tell me it can't be done.
Your boy Jay Billis called that too.
Did he?
Yeah, he had Florida and Houston beginning of the year. Good call.
I don't know. Hey, did he know that they had no 5 stars? I just thought that was fascinating. But we're going to get into little notes, little nuggets, all that good stuff. But I do need to remind people, what are you doing in April? Darren, what you do in April?
Cleaning up the yard from these tornadoes and high winds and stuff. That's what I've been doing.
Man, I haven't even started. The grass is way too wet.
Yeah, grass is way too wet, yeah.
Like, I love the fact when Chaz said, "Are you going to cut the grass?" I said, "What, am I going to push it through the mud, girl?" No, I am not.
So what you doing in April?
I'm going down to, how do I say this?
Doing something to make you happy.
I'm going to go party like a rock star downtown. Because the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival is going down April 26th. It starts at 11 a.m., runs through 6. 60 teams competing for wings. It's going to be awesome. Man, I'm just telling you right now, they got prizes you can win, $5,000 cash prizes for the champ this year for the Hot Wing Contest. There's a parade. There's 4 bands playing. I'll be emceeing. Tito's has got a whole little place over here for all my VIPs. So if you attend, you show up down there, you'll get in free and you'll get Tito's for free because I'll give out you my MVP. I like doing that. I doubt I'll actually be able to do that. I think Chas is going. I don't need a cat fight down there when I'm working. But I'm telling you, this is a cool place. It is a fun time. We did it last year. We've been doing it forever. And the money goes to the Ronald McDonald House of Charities. And that's one of the best things you can do because Ronald McDonald House, what does it do? We all know about St. Jude. When these poor children get stricken with cancer, they can come to St. Jude and get everything taken care of them for free. But people come in from all over the world. Where are they going to stay? Hotels. Could you imagine trying to figure out the logistics, the financial situation, when the only thing you need to do is be focused on your child? Thank God for the Ronald McDonald House Charities because they give families a place to stay, no money. Everything's taken care of, just like St. Jude takes care of their kids. They give their families an opportunity to lay down and get a little bit of rest so they can go back at it and fight for their child the next day. I love the charity. It's an awesome place. So if you go, you will be benefiting the Ronald McDonald House Charities. It's pimp. So check it out. Go get your tickets at worldwingfest.com. That's worldwingfest.com. Make a good, it's for a great cause. And I swear, you're going to have a good time. Darren, you going to go?
Absolutely.
You work on Saturdays usually, don't you?
Yeah, I have to take off. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Mark your calendar, April 26th. We're going to take a quick time out on the other side. It is all about what we saw last night. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to get into a lot of NFL Combine stuff because we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and a whole lot of other stuff. Then we got Hardwood because you know it feels so good. And I'll close it out with, what are we betting on a Tuesday? We're all going to do that right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Old defense guns, home guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun in Northern and South. Free gun inspections, appraisals, and free bar sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsInMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 John Top Parkway behind Crocky's Barbecue in Cordova.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant objective feedback, hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 for you, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-size courts, 3 high school-size courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. Memberships are now on a monthly basis. And yes, you can become a member in both locations. Whether you're an aspiring young talent, NBA player, or looking for a unique workout, all skill levels are welcome at Shoot 360 Memphis to learn proper shooting and passing techniques, improve fundamentals, and gain a competitive edge while having fun. Shoot 360 Memphis now in Cordova and Collierville. Call them today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Online radio show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Nancy Porter with 24/7 Sports. Your Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC sports film, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Garvey from kickoff to first throw to extra innings. Your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports station.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
To a little Sports 56. Welcome back to a little Sports 50. I think we cut off my welcome back.
Because I'm so short, the computer was actually in the way. So I couldn't see. I had to raise up.
You had to raise up?
Yeah,
I'm going to get you a little step stool. Like, by the way, just thought of it. When Littleton opens up, step stools are going to have to be half the size. It's going to be wild.
Just one step.
Yeah, it's just like a half step. Little half step. Man, last night was a wild game. Again, the Gator boys, congratulations. Finished the year 36-4 on the season. They are national champs. Oh, my gosh. Hell of a year for them. And Todd Golden did it in 3 years. No 5 stars on either team that played in the championship game. NIL, the world, it is just different. We used to remember the Cal one and dones. Bring them 5 stars in because they're going to go to the NBA because they're the best players. Like, we've seen this forever and ever, and now we're seeing a bunch of old heads, dude, who put in that work. I mean, I want you to think about it. My man, Juwan Roberts, for the Cougars, right? Do you know how many schools outside of Houston offered him a Division I scholarship?
Well, first of all, he's from like the Virgin Islands, so I'm not sure where he played ball. So I would think he would have been in the U.S. playing ball. So
it was Kelvin.
Probably
Sampson
what, less than 2?
It was Kelvin Sampson.
That was it
in Houston.
Oh, okay.
He saw something in him. Said, "Come on!" And I mean, Division, not Division I. I'm sorry. Any of the Power 4 schools? Did he have North Texas and things like that? Yes. But I mean, like, hey, I'm in the Big 12. No. And look
he
what
developed them too. Like,
Man,
he was
yeah.
raw as all get out at
Raw.
first.
And you saw last night, he was a dog. The senior played his ass off.
He did.
And again, he reminds me of, just because of the mean mugging situation, I think of White Men Can't Jump. And when Wesley Snipes and Billy Ho, because I can't remember Wesley Snipes' name. Billy Ho.
I mean, in the movie?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Point is, remember when they hustle that dude and he gets mad and he goes,
Yeah, he gets mad.
he says, how about this? I'm going to the car and going to shoot everybody when I come back. Like, man, that's like Juwan Roberts. He's a dog. I mean, he had Andy Griffin's grandson scared, especially in that first half. Like, my boy just looked like he rolled out of Mayberry and never seen no dog like that.
I don't know. Condon was.
Condon looked like
they were going inside at first, though.
Dude, Condon was so lost. And even the worst part is, how many times did Condon have a shot and he wouldn't take it? He was looking to pass. He was scared to death. But he did toughen up down that stretch. Finally got used to the physicality. Finally quit looking every time he touched the ball, would flail like, oh my God, call a foul.
I think your boy LJ did that too. He had this little move where he'd get to the paint and kind of pivot and then almost want to fade away. But if you put a hand in his face, he never shot it. Like, I think LJ did that quite a bit too. So him and Condon, I guess, both scared to shoot the rock a little.
Man, it was a wild game. It was wild. And again, you had, two teams, the ebbs and flow of that basketball game. You do as a Houston fan, I'm sure today you're like, how the hell did we do that? How do we have 4 turnovers in the final minute and 21 seconds? And again, this is for me the 2 worst things. Again, I can't believe I'm going to say something bad about Kelvin Sampson.
Hopefully it's about that last shot because I don't get it, dude.
I like Kelvin Sampson. No, it's about a couple things.
Oh, you got more than one beef with him.
Yeah, I got more than one beef. First beef is the most obvious, and it's the very end of the ball game. Why didn't you let a few more seconds come off the clock, dribble the ball across the court, call the timeout, walk right across? That way you could draw up a play on your side. Did you want him bringing it up like that and setting up a whole full play on that 19 seconds? Or would you have not felt like you could have executed? Because every time I watched them do an inbounds pass from their side of the court, they always seemed to get a good look, didn't they? But no, he calls the timeout immediately. That he doesn't move the ball across the half court. And then, bam, here we go. The whole world's watching. You got to dribble the ball all the way up the court. There's more thinking involved. You want your players at the end of this season, at the end of the year, with all the practice and all the work that you put in, to not be thinking out there. You want them to be playing instinctively. And, man, let me tell you something. When you got that many people and it's a national championship game and you're dribbling up the court and you're down by 2, you know what's in your head? A lot of stuff, because that's a lot of seconds to be ticking off. And it seemed like everybody screwed up that play, and even Kelvin Sampson, because if you watch him on the sideline, the final 19 seconds, he does not say a word, does not point anything out. It was almost like he was dumbfounded. But, again, why'd you call the timeout right after the free throw?
It was his last one, too.
It was his last one. Get the ball across half court, call it, and run something right there in front of you where you can also talk into my man's ear and tell him where to throw the damn ball if he gets a little lost. I just thought that was one thing that was bad. And you don't see that too much. And maybe it's because I watch a lot of NBA, but they always do that.
Great observation. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't point that out.
I was like, during the break going, wait a second. He just called his last timeout, 19 seconds, and now homie's going to have to dribble up and think about realistically what they have to do. I want my players, again, as much as you practice, the way Kelvin Sampson practices, come on now. Their practices are crazy. They were, at the point, 34-5. I don't need my man thinking about this is the end of my season. Going out there, LJ Cryer and all, like the way he brought it up, gives it. There was nothing that went right on that play for them. Great job by Florida Gators on their defense. But it was even worse execution by the Cougars.
I mean, the worst. No shot.
Not even a shot.
Like you gotta shoot the ball, kids. You gotta shoot the ball.
National championship game, 19 seconds.
You gotta shoot the ball.
But you know what? Like I said, you had 4 turnovers on the 4 previous possessions. A minute and 21 seconds, they had 4 turnovers. They didn't get any shots up.
Yeah, but you can't do that. I'm in the air, somebody's hand is up, and drop the ball,
no, you
and
cannot.
Now you're shielding people off. He was better off taking the turnover, getting the foul, sending them to line.
If you don't make it, you get a rebound.
Yeah. Pray you get a rebound because you had enough time. He was shielding people off for like, what, 3, 4, 5 seconds?
My point is, though, and this is what also leads into the second one, people were like, oh, he was going for the win. They were going for the win. You are the worst shooting 3-point team I've ever seen in a national championship game. Even worse than the Gators were. The Gators were 6 of 24. You were 6 of 25. You shot 24%, and you want to go for a win. And that was the whole point earlier. Watching the ball game in the first half especially, I said, this is about to get completely out of control. I was like, damn, look, you got Condon, who's like scared to death of Roberts. Andy Griffin's great-grandson, not getting nothing done out of Mayberry, freaking out. You had Walter Clayton Jr. so frazzled in the first half, there was nothing you could do. I mean, nothing you could do. But you know what kept them in the basketball game? They shot 3 after 3 after 3 after 3. They're up 29-20. And I even said at that point, I said, damn. If they keep shooting threes, they're going to keep the Gators in the game because guess what? They weren't hitting jack. First half, 2 air balls from the three-point shot and like 4 of them that had no prayer of going in. Like no chance, no nada. But man, why would Houston keep shooting them? You got the big boy Roberts down low who is beasting and you won't give him the ball. Condon's scared to death and you didn't go down low. You didn't drive the ball to the rack and make the officials maybe call a foul. You were in control of the tempo. The crowd was behind you, the whole world, and you didn't execute your offense and you reverted into a three-point shooting team, which you're not. I was like, that is, so you're going to play 39 basketball games, and in the national championship game, you're going to become somebody that you ain't? It's a wrong time to transition.
They did too defensively. That Horns play where you were talking about when Clayton got that first bucket with the and one, he kind of like threw it up sideways. They ran it again and got the shot in the corner too. So Houston didn't adjust defensively either. So.
Nope.
So
they did not.
Picked a pretty bad time not to play defense.
And then the fact that the Gators were even able to muster 28 points in the first half and only be down by 3 was a miracle. And it was all because of Will Richard, the Cougar Killer, a.k.a. Richard the Dick. Only thing that can beat a Cougar? Richard. And boy, was Richard beating on them Cougars, especially in that first half. He saved them. He kept them in the game. His three-point shots were crucial. It looked like he was the only guy at that point athletically enough or capable of getting off his own shot. Clayton was messed up in the head. Condon was scared to death. I mean, God, how do I got to be careful. Chigaboo, like he's not an option.
Yeah, he got you a technical though. Cost
And he
you,
did.
Cost
He did
you a little bit. He got to catch that ball.
Asia Martin in the first half was so terrible. Thank goodness he showed up and made his free throw, at least one of the 2 at the very end. And he got to the rack and got fouled at the end. But I mean, who was doing anything? The Gators couldn't get anything going, and instead of going and stepping on their throat, and in the first half they weren't even calling fouls, why weren't you forcing them to by taking the ball to the rack? Like, you're wide open for a reason, and I thought that was genius. Double LJ Cryer, leave these guys wide open on the 3, and let them keep airballing.
Got a quick question about money before we
Like
get out of here.
Uzan, do you know he was 0 for 4 and for some reason would keep shooting if the ball came to him from the three-point line? Sharp. His only make was a bank in 3, and he shot 7 of them and had 2 air balls. Why the hell is he take? I would gone over there and said, man, you take another three-pointer and I'm stopping my heel in your butt so far, son.
Going 80s
You gonna know
basketball
who
on him.
made it.
Going 80s hoops on him.
Like, what are you doing? 1. So just between them, they were 1 for 11 from the three-point line. And on the game again, LJ Cryer made 4 threes, but out of 11 shots. It was wild. Thank you for shooting 3-pointers. Because, baby, I had the Gators minus 1.5 and did not think in any way, shape, or form I had a chance. I mean, we had a couple of them that weren't called air balls because they touched the rim. I don't know if you know that. Just because you touch it don't mean you done lost your virginity, you know what I'm saying? The rim ain't all that. That's about as bad as an air ball. Just tip. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. I did touch it.
Yeah, you touched
They
it.
rejected me.
Hey, got a quick question about money. So, if you're your man Ty Golden, he just won the championship. Do you know where he ranks as far as coaches' salaries?
I have no clue, to be honest with you. Not
Take-
even.
take a wild guess at
Okay,
this one.
probably $4.5 million a year.
I don't know, a little less than that.
Wait,
he's
he's an SEC coach
at
making less than 4.
3.77, but he's the number 34th highest paid coach in the land. Doesn't he go and renegotiates after last night?
I don't know, man.
34th?
I don't know. I mean,
Come on, Joe. You win the championship. You're not going top 10?
No. What I'm saying is, I don't renegotiate. I just tell you
Oh,
some
okay.
crazy stuff like this. Hey, extend me out another 5 years.
5 years, 100 million, or you
Oh,
walk, or you walk,
5 years, $100
or you
million.
walk,
This is not a player.
or you walk.
This-
Yeah, I thought that was strange that he's the number 34. I mean,
if
Okay,
you're
right
the
now,
SEC,
yeah.
all the SEC coaches are up there because it's the SEC. They make a whole lot of money. A bunch of Big Ten coaches, Big 12, a lot of coaches. Actually, him being that high, I was a little bit shocked that he was 34th. I mean, it's only his 3rd season. He's 39 years old, youngest coach to win a national championship since Jimmy V. And if I remember correctly, is he not the youngest coach in the SEC?
I think he is. And probably one of the lowest paid at 3.77. Got to get that changed, sir.
I can promise you, he's going to get it. He's going to get a lot of it. He's definitely going to get the change, man. Last night was crazy again. By the numbers, combined field goal percentage for the game was 36.8%. Combined three-point percentage for the game, 24.4. Combined turnovers, 22. Fouls in the second half, 26. And then have Houston finish with 4 turnovers in the final 121. Thank you so much for opening the door. And if you asked if the Gators won it or Houston lost it, here's my opinion. Houston blew it.
There you go. I agree with that.
They didn't just lose it. They blew it. Not a good one either. Not the bad one. Did those sounds go out?
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, you'll be trending later.
That is great. For all my girls out there. Never mind. But I think Houston 100% blew this game. Like the panic that you saw in the Gators in the first half, the fact that nobody could shoot a shot. And again, in the second half, even when they went to timeout, I think it was, 12 minutes left in the game, and they come out of a timeout, and the Gators go on that, 8-0 run. And it almost is like that 8-0 run was like the jab from Buster Douglas that Mike Tyson in the second round realized, like, oh, damn, he's here to fight. And even though you're the baddest dude on the planet and you're Houston and you're tough and you're bigger and you're stronger and ain't nobody going to muscle you up, you weren't expecting to get punched in the mouth. And when you did, guess what, Houston? You wobbled. Guess what? Your corner man, your cut guy, Kelvin Sampson, he didn't fix. Blood was still dripping off your eye. You had lost focus. You had lost confidence. And you saw it down the final 2 minutes of that basketball game. Nobody for Houston felt comfortable because, again, they've been bricking threes all day, not getting points in the paint. How do you let the Gators outscore you that many points in the paint? I don't know. Gators, thank you. Congratulations. And by the way, did you know that the Florida Gators, you talk about being in some rare air, they're the first school since 2007. I mean, they got their first championship since 2007. It's their third in school history, making them the only school with 3 basketball and 3 football national championships. Damn. Tennessee fans are throwing up right now. Everybody in the SEC is probably like, oh. Like, if you're an SEC player, are you rooting for the other SEC's team to win a national championship? I've always wondered that.
No, but I think hearing, are you the best conference? You got X amount of teams in to the Sweet 16, yada, yada, yada. I think at some point you say, yeah, we did it, right? You know.
Hey, iron sharpens iron, and they were actually the the sword. We were just the iron to sharpen on. I'm late for a break.
That's what happens when you don't have anybody. Just you. You and your thoughts.
That's a scary place, by the way.
You and your thoughts. I mean, listen to your first hour. You were everywhere.
I was?
Yeah.
I mean, can you even follow what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, we were following you, but you do know you brought up Dwight Howard already.
Oh, yeah, he's the first Pan player to go in the Hall of Fame. I didn't even know what I thought a pan was something you cooked on, or Peter Pan.
Some Chaz hits you upside the head with. She hits you, boom, get right. Hit you with that skillet upside the head. You had a skillet upside the head?
She'd need it.
No, you.
No, she'd need that skillet.
Oh, she'd need the skillet.
Knock some sense in me every once in a while. You know, I went on did you notice my little mini bender I went on, was it last week or the week before? Did you notice it?
Yeah, you're right.
How do you think she got me out of my mini bender? Beat the tar out of me. Get your ass inside, is what she tells me. But I'm going to tell you, get your tail over to Los Cabos right there at Summer and Graham. Oh, my goodness. Do you want the flavors of Mexico to melt in your mouth? I know I do. You know, me and Mexico. No, Mexico. I like Mexico. But me and Mexican food, bro. I think I eat Mexican food more than any other. Damn.
Do you know your name in Spanish?
Juan.
You are Senor Juan. There you go. Good job.
I will tell you, though, I went into Lenny's the day there was a storm, and there was only one little girl in there. I don't know, she could be from Spain, but she was obviously speaking Spanish. And I know nothing, and to see us two try to communicate was hilarious. Because, I'm over here pantomiming things. Other side, we got to talk a little more natty. We got to talk about the NFL Combine and more. And I got some wood for you on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
With XMC Technologies, your local source for the best in office technology for over 30 years. We believe that being a technology partner means meeting our clients' needs as they change over time. That's why I'm happy to share that we are now Visual Edge IT. As cyber attacks continue to be a growing threat, our customers are asking for more cybersecurity and ransomware protection. For more information on how to protect your office, visit us at visualedgeit.com or call us locally 901-737-8910.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save money on your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase. I just paid hundreds for this flight and you can't even throw in the internet? I'll just take the fruit pretzels. Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale. I'm just gonna sleep. In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well. I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states.
Judging from the crowds, it's clear that Memphis has figured out that Sunrise on Jefferson and Sunrise on Poplar are the best places in Memphis to get a hot, fresh breakfast or a tasty, delicious lunch. Yes, there is always a crowd at both Sunrise locations, but because it is policy at Sunrise to get you your food as quickly as possible, you'll never have to wait long to get a seat or to get your food. Speed and quality are the two most important things to every Sunrise employee, making sure your experience at Sunrise is one you'll want to talk about.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of area jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Area just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Area boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Are you someone who tries to drive while distracted by your phone? Someone who pops it on the steering wheel, or peeks down at it for a glance, or just scrolls and scrolls? If so, you could be the next person to get into a fender bender, get a ticket, veer off the road, or even cause a crash that kills you or someone else. Enough already. Put the phone away or play. Paid for by Nixon.
Looking for a high-efficiency planting solution? The Case IH 2150 early riser planter combines the industry's most accurate planter technologies with a run-and-row unit for fast and uniform emergence. The Case IH 2150 early riser operates at your speed and adapts to unique field conditions so you can maximize your yield potential. Stop in or call Mid-South Ag at 662-890-3141 to learn more. That's Mid-South Ag, your Case IH equipment headquarters.
56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Brad Mooresworthy and Brian Dacus. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Rady. Yo, it's a little two-stepping Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed a little Tito's last night. I'm going to enjoy some Tito's April 26th. I'll be down at River Garden Park. You know where that is. Downtown, man. Riverside Drive and Jefferson Avenue. All you have to do is go to worldwingfest.com. Get your tickets. They're $15. All the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Memphis. That is, again, you are literally just, by going and drinking beer, drinking Tito's, eating wings, bring your children who are drinking, hopefully, water because Coke is worse than alcohol. I mean, ask Tony Montana. But there's a parade. There's bands. Like, it is a festival. It's not just I mean, you know how Barbecue Fest is a party, right?
Very big party.
Wing Fest. It's just a party. It's called Let Me Get You Ready for May. Because April showers bring May flowers. And April's wings get you ready for a little barbecue fest and getting ready to go with the river. We call that damn thing downtown that I'm actually.
Tumley?
No, is it River?
Riverfest?
Riverfest, thank you.
Okay.
Used to be Music Fest, now it's Riverfest.
It's a parade in your city that I just heard.
Yeah, there'll be a parade on in April.
Not the one
26th.
you want, but hey, it's the one you want.
It's going to be at 11 a.m. Again, head over to worldwingfest.com and get your tickets today. It's just it's a great event. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and it's for a great cause. Now, I think a lot of NFL. I understand that you have to fill airtime. You know, I talk poppycock all the time. And again, I'm a hypocrite, so sometimes when I say things about other people that I fall into that category, deal with it.
I can't let you do that to yourself. You're also the Dan Rather of sports, let me tell you. People, if you would have heard me and John during the break, the way he broke down the torpedo bat as we were talking our Major League Baseball. So it's not all poppy. What you just say?
Poppycock.
Poppy. I don't even. Yeah, it's not all poppycock. You are a gentleman and a scholar, sir.
Thank you, man.
There you go,
dude. Darren, I needed that love, man. I needed it because I'm thinking Shedeur Sanders needs some love. I thought yesterday. You know how like people are talking about like they feel now in 2025 that they're in a new universe, like we all died and we're in a different parallel universe. Have you heard that crazy stuff on the TikTok and stuff?
Yeah, it's out there.
Well, that was kind of what gave me my thought yesterday because I got home.
You were out there?
No, I felt like I was in a parallel universe yesterday because this is what the NFL scouts were talking about and quote spent 20 minutes breaking down. And I said to myself, y'all got nothing else to talk about. Y'all that stupid. Like you are the NFL, like the NFL network. Oh, and by the way, I'm still throwing stones at like Field Gates, do your fantasy stuff. Do not talk to me, period, about playing quarterback position from the pocket. And this is what they were jumping on.
That's what he gets paid to do.
No. No. You let like I don't know, Dan Orlovsky, quarterback on the thing, talk about it. I don't need my fantasy expert, Field Gates, telling me, you know, I noticed that at Colorado Buffaloes, their practice, every throw, Shedeur Sanders patted the ball.
Passed the ball. I knew that's where you would go.
And I don't know. That's split second. Like, oh, I don't. That. You know, you need to just go from here to here. Look. You ever watch Dan Marino?
There you go.
John Elway?
There you go.
Aaron freaking Rodgers? Matt Stafford?
Tom Brady. Patrick.
Brady.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. Tom Brady would pat it like 3 or 4 times.
I think they showed that he patted it during the Giants Super Bowl.
He did.
He was patting it as he was going down.
Tom Brady, before every single throw, patted the ball. You can go and look it up, every single clip of every. And he got the ball out faster than anybody in NFL history with an average of 2.4 seconds throughout. So let me just tell you something, Field. Him patting the ball is not the reason he's slipping. And it's definitely not going to be a problem. Because if you look at quarterbacks throw the football, I mean, this ain't Byron Leftwich tapping it and then dropping it down by his ankle, bring it all the way around, Byron Leftwich, man, he could throw it, but it just took a month to get the ball out. No, dude, watch it. He's got a very quick release. And the thing about him, he's very, very accurate. Again, played behind a trash offensive line, constantly pressured, highest completion percentage in college football. Some people want to say, John, well, he didn't push the ball vertically down the field. Not as much as everybody, but no, he did. He threw a lot of screens. Well, they had no running game.
That was their running game.
That was their running game.
Yep.
But look at what he did. And here's what I'm saying is look at what he did on time over the middle of the field.
He had a Hail Mary to win the game, too.
Do you know that Brock Purdy is the starting quarterback in the National Football League?
Yeah, he is, John.
Do you know that his arm is no stronger or weaker than Shedeur Sanders for sure? I mean, like Brock Purdy's arm.
Yeah, it's Chad Pennington-esque. Yeah.
Guess what? Pretty effective. I don't know if you know this, Tua Tagovailoa. Like, I'm dead serious. There are high school quarterbacks in this city that can throw the ball harder and farther than Tua. But you know what he does? He gets the ball out faster than anybody.
Stupid accurate.
He's stupid freaking accurate. If he wasn't injured all the time, we'd be talking about him as a top 10 quarterback. But he is small and fragile. Shedeur's bigger. He gets the ball out. The other thing, like patting the ball, that just made me absolutely lose my mind yesterday. I thought I was in a crazy universe. Like, how you're telling me this kid's dropping because he passed the ball? Please go watch quarterbacks. Do me a favor. I just want to say, like, we know Cam Ward's going to be taking number 1. Go look at him throw the football. Come on now. I know, like, you got to feel air, but that's just damn terrible.
Field.
Field. But then more things on Shador Sanders that are kind of, I think, crazy, and I almost don't believe it. They keep saying that he holds onto the ball too long. Well, yeah, it's college football. It's not the NFL.
Doesn't have people getting good separation.
I'm just saying it's everything that they have completely gone at Shador Sanders and complained about. Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick in the NFL draft last year, did worse. More sacks. By the way, Caleb lost 6 games to end his career. Interceptions. Holding onto the ball. Average release time. They're saying it's like 3.2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Caleb holds
Caleb
on to it
was
much longer.
Almost 4 seconds. Now, does he still got to work on that? And the Chicago Bears got to get a better offensive line? Yes, but I don't know if you know he was the number 1 pick, and, man, he went terrible.
Because his arm strength. He can sling that rock, John.
He does have he can make some spectacular throws. Shador Sanders does not have a Caleb Williams arm, and he's not as big. But he don't wear fingernail polish. He don't have a purse. He don't cry on his mama at the end of a loss like a baby.
He was in school, man. Give him a
I don't
break.
give a damn.
Give him a break. He was
Dude.
a kid.
Man, he was not. When you're a 22-year-old man, you are no kid.
Making that NIL,
Let me just tell you something. If you ain't a full-grown ass man at 16, you know what? You're gonna be a little beep all the rest of your life.
I know where the dump button is now.
I know. I think I'm just serious. I'm serious about that, man. You got to man up.
16.
Man, it's 16. Yeah, you better be a.
You know what? You're right.
In
in Europe, you know, you can drink alcohol at 16.
Dude, you can drink alcohol at 16 too. You're not just legally supposed
You
to.
can do it on Casey Road over in Moscow.
Man, what are you talking about? I know these little Stony MacGyvers. They got Chat GPT. They can make hooch themselves. Hooch ain't just being made in jail. I got so many stories I could tell you about prison and all how, like, the ingenuity of them. It's amazing.
Scientists behind the bars. Come on, man. You can't be like Phil. You got to feel the air.
I just got a text. Man, you cry when your men's league baseball game is rained out.
Pull the curtain back, why don't you?
Thanks. And no, I do not cry. Those are not tears. That was a bug in my eye. But I just think that the whole Shador Sanders, like, falling out of the top 10. And then, listen, I know that Aaron Rodgers fell and yada, yada. We can talk about quarterbacks falling. I don't know if you know this. You looked at the NFL draft this year. You see how many teams up there that don't have a quarterback? A bunch. I mean, you're telling me the Giants and the Cleveland Browns are going to be like, nah, I'm good. I mean, the Browns, still have Deshaun Watson. You ain't good. The Giants, who did they go get?
Your boy Russ. Your boy J-Mo.
I mean,
and Guido. J-Mo, Guido. Russ, J-Mo, and Guido.
I was going to say, you got the greatest Guido, Tommy DeVito. You got famous Jameis, who I would, if he was a preacher, I think I'd show up every Sunday to church. I wouldn't miss one of them. Dude's hilarious. And then you got Russ, who's the most corny person in the history of the world. Like, the only thing good about him is his girl, Sierra. And I don't know how good she is. Future don't
I'm
like
so
her.
glad you brought her up. Did you hear about the news? Russ is online teasing that she may be pregnant again. So.
What is it? Is that him, like, going, hey, I got some?
Yeah. He's
Proving
not corny.
to the world?
Yeah, he's not
he
corny.
He is too corny.
Not corny, man.
She likes corny, I guess. But I just feel like there is no way. I mean, the Titans are going to go with Cam Ward. The Cleveland Browns, from what I was listening to today, they were saying that I just feel they are, they're not going to go Abdul Carter. I feel that they're going to go Travis Hunter. This is a guy who can put butts in the seat, get the fan base excited. They haven't had a top 5 pick, which is crazy, since they drafted Baker Mayfield #1. He is electric. What are you talking about? And this is something this is where I am getting sick as all sick can be.
You about to put him in the 4th and 5th round again?
Shador Sanders is getting slandered, which is stupid because he's the second best quarterback. I like Jackson Dart, and he's the third. And let me just tell you something. I think there is a separation. I think Jackson could go in there and put in some work.
I was going to ask you that. Do you think he's the third QB taken?
He will be the third QB taken. He will be. There is
first round or just third QB?
Because of the value of the position, it will be late first round.
Late first, okay.
Early second at the latest. I mean, damn. If only 2 quarterbacks are taken in the first round, I would be shocked. But I can promise you, if Cleveland or New York come back around and Jackson Dart's sitting there, you know that they're going to grab it.
I think that's a safe bet that if he is the third, John, he's going top 20. I don't think he makes it to the second round if he's the third.
I can't argue with you.
I'm with you on that.
I cannot argue with you. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you know, also still in the top 10, they have, the Raiders, who Geno's just basically a stopgap, bringing somebody that you can develop.
$60 million, he's
New
there.
New York Jets, bro. Are they rolling with Fields?
Yeah, they gave him guaranteed $30 million, $40 million over 2 years, 30 guaranteed. So just 1 year, and they can part ways next year. So that may be a spot.
The Carolina Panthers still have the little guy that looks like he
looked better toward the end of the year.
I mean, he looked better, of course.
After being benched.
Okay. Listen, he looked better, yes.
But
is he ever going to be a top 30 quarterback? No, he'll be the 31st or 32nd quarterback if he's still starting in the National Football League. That is his damn ceiling. Bro, when you ain't 5'10", your ceiling is 31 or 32, and it's a miracle that you're playing in the National Football League.
Kyler ain't 5'10".
Does he run
I knew you.
a 4.2? Mighty Mouse is different.
Is he different?
And by the way, I don't know if you know this, Mighty Mouse's arm is a hell of a lot stronger. And I don't know if you noticed, Mighty Mouse outweighs Lil Bryce Young by 20 pounds, and he's
stout.
shorter.
He's very
thick.
Stout. Yeah, he's very thick. Are you taking a quarterback already if you're Carolina? You done with man?
I don't know if you know this. I ain't afraid. I could easily have a open competition with Shador and Bryce Young, or Jackson Dart and Bryce Young. And if they were going to get in a fight, I'd bet against Bryce Young against anybody in the league. In fact, there's a few cheerleaders I guarantee you could whip his ass.
Man. Bryce?
Mm-hmm.
Who would win, Bryce or Russell?
By the way,
your cornball bowl. Bryce or Russell? Who wins the fight? You've killed Russ.
I think Russ would be that guy after he got
got
punched,
a family. You know that
he
thing.
got punched in the face. He would say, "Hey, can we settle this?" And then Bryce, you come back and you just hit him in the throat or gouge out his eyeball, and the fight's over. So I'd say Bryce Young, just because Russ is so stupid and corny.
Or what about the thing about having a family? I got a lot more to live for you than, I got to get back home to my kids. Can't let you take me out, young guy. You don't feel like that as a man?
I'm
going home every day.
I don't know if Russ got that.
Yeah, that's the dad, and I guess that that type of deal.
But again, going back to Travis Hunter, because I got off him, this is what makes me crazy. If the Cleveland Browns took Travis Hunter with the second pick in the NFL draft, I will tell you for sure he will be a bust.
Why so?
And I'm going to tell you right now, I think Travis Hunter's going to be a bust anyway for expectations. Because I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a damn if you are the real Superman. There is still kryptonite. And do you know what every single player's kryptonite is in the National Football League?
What's that?
Hits, bro. You know that every single game you are having collisions. It is a contact sport. This ain't tiddlywinks. This ain't baseball. This isn't basketball. And the basketball players can't even play on a back-to-back. But you're going to tell me that this dude can play both ways? 70 snaps a game for 17 games? And let me just tell you something. You're full of it.
No, nobody's doing that. Who's going to do that? Would you do that? I'm not drafting him if that's the expectation.
Okay, so what's your expectation? Is he going to be your cornerback, or is he going to be your third wide receiver who can only play in the slot? He is too small to get off the damn line. He is definitely too small to come up and tackle Derrick Henry. And again, is he a phenomenal athlete? Yes. But NFL prospect, he ain't no Abdul Carter. He ain't guaranteed. The only thing he was guaranteed that he was good in college. And he is damn athletic. But you are not going to survive playing both ways in the National Football League. And I don't care if you want to say I've listened to different arguments. He's a better cornerback. He a little small. He don't like to hit all that much. Now, are his instincts amazing? Has he got Deion Sanders-esque cover corner skills and instinct on breaking on the balls? Yes, I think he could be a lockdown outside corner. You put him on the left, you put him on the right, you put him on your one, whatever. Well, you can't put him on the one. If you bring him inside the slot, tight ends and linebackers get in there, you could kill him.
The way you talk, I would move him to free safety.
Hell no.
You wouldn't move him to free
Man,
safety?
that's safety's tackle, son.
God,
I don't know if you
tackle.
know. Cornerbacks don't tackle-ish. Safety's number one job is to stop the run.
He's a great spy. He would be a great spy, though.
Spy, man, I don't give a damn. No, you ain't spying on ish, man. When it opens up and Saquon Barkley's coming right down and the linebacker's been chipped and it's you and Saquon, you think he's getting him down? I don't think so.
He's too light in the keister for you.
Way too light in the keister. And again, he's not even the best wide receiver in this draft. So how are you going to take him at 2? Because again, I heard Field Yates say,
Fantasy guy.
If the Browns took him, this would be box office. If he plays quarterback and wide receivers, the value, that's like $45 million. Yeah, for the best wide receiver and the best cornerback. And if that's what you think he's going to be on any team in the National Football League, well, I'm going to tell you, I got some oceanfront property right here over in North Memphis.
Not North Memphis.
Yeah, man.
Little Valentine action. You got some oceanfront property.
Man, I got a high rise over in the Mound, baby.
If you're Cleveland, the more I listen to you, you change the way I think about it. If I'm Cleveland and I take them, hell with it. I let them play both ways. You got to put some butts in seats.
Dude, okay, but listen.
But that's if you're Cleveland.
If you draft
though.
somebody in the first round, your expectation for that player, and again, it always doesn't pan out, is to be a part of your organization longer than 2 years.
Correct.
You play him both ways. Do you realize how many opportunities you get? Like every time you step on the field, you have a chance to get hurt. So obviously, the more you're on the field, the more likely you are to get hurt.
Yeah.
You just can't be out there playing 65, 70 plays in the National Football League. I'm sorry.
I hope it's a
they're
smoke
bigger.
screen.
I mean, look at some of the dudes that he's tackled. Again, think about how big Derrick Henry is and how Saquon Barkley is. Are you joking? Run across the middle. You think Fred Warner wouldn't light that man up?
I mean, his own class, Ashton Genty's thick. You know.
And he's going to be good.
You like Genty?
I actually love it.
Cleveland is making a mistake if they do that. Why not take Abdul and book in your defensive ends?
With Myles Garrett and him?
Woo, yes,
great
sir.
idea. I mean, it's going to be hard. I'll tell you one thing.
Look at the quarterbacks you got to go get.
Here's the thing if you did that. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson are going to be like, damn, I don't want to go to Cleveland.
You can pencil in A-Rod for Pittsburgh. I think so.
Aaron might not play.
Think he's done?
No, if they have those two defensive.
Yeah. Aaron's like, oh,
He'll
no.
be like, this one
no.
I got a groin. I'm going to do the basketball issue. But for real, like Travis, it is just there. And people will go, well, Deion Sanders played cornerback and dude had 23 receptions.
Yeah, he didn't play that many snaps.
He played like 40 total.
More of a punt returner
snaps.
and
Yeah.
kickoff returner than a wide receiver.
Now we don't even do that with our cornerbacks, but this guy's going to do everything.
It's going to prove you wrong, John.
It's
going to be the rookie of the year prove you wrong.
Okay, you know what? I would say he could go out there and be the rookie of the year, but I'll tell you one thing. He won't get his second contract ever if he plays both ways because you know what? He will not be there to play. Man will be beat to hell.
I feel you. Hopefully he knows better.
At the end of the season, Is everybody not injured in the National Football League?
Hell, what we got? 17 games, 18 games.
They're
hurt by week 12.
Yeah, when you get there ain't nobody without some nicks, bumps, and scrapes. If nicks, bumps, and scrapes affects performance, if you got more nicks, bumps, and scrapes, are you likely to be at your best? Hell no. Not that the Browns will be in the playoffs or the Giants. So I guess you're a regular season hero. But it doesn't, I just don't feel that the value's there. And again, let me just tell you something. I want you to look at the NFL. You know how many dudes have played? Actually, not that many. You know why? Because they're the biggest, the largest, the baddest dudes on planet Earth. And even the biggest, the largest, and the baddest don't always make it. How many cornerbacks in the first round have been a bust? Remember the numbers I gave you? Because I don't remember them right now. Wide receiver and cornerback were the number one bust position for first-round draft picks in the history of the NFL. They had the highest percentage of what you would consider a bust. Considering a bust would be out of the year in 4 years for a first-round pick. Wide receivers, cornerbacks, nah. Left tackles, defensive ends, quarterbacks, and freaks are who you take in the first round or need. It's just insane to me to think that you're going to go take Travis Hunter. And I know he won a Heisman Trophy, but, Jason White won a Heisman Trophy, and he wasn't drafted by the NFL because he wasn't good enough. Do you remember Danny Werfel at Florida? Speaking of Florida, since they just won a championship, my man was awesome in Spurrier's offense, bro.
Heisman Trophy.
Heisman Trophy. Did you see what he did in the NFL? He looked too small. He looked too slow. He looked too weak. He looked like he did not belong. I'm not saying Travis Hunter doesn't belong in the NFL. No, he does. But you better pick a position, wide receiver or corner, and you better stick to it. Because if you want to get that second contract, the big one, well, you got to be around to get it.
Correct.
I'm telling you, if he plays both ways, this dude will be on the injury list. He will be banged up more than anybody. Damn, dude, how many wide receivers do we see? Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs. Every year, how many wide receivers go down? Ridiculous. How many cornerbacks go down every single year? It's ridiculous. What was it? Which team this season, and I can't remember the game, literally all three of their cornerbacks, their starting cornerbacks were injured. The backup cornerback that was playing got injured, and they had safeties playing corner, free safety, and then had a special teams dude who never started at a defensive back position ever in an NFL game. Again, there's only 53 people on the roster, people. 53. Yes, would it be cool to be like, hey, man, I got a cornerback and a wide receiver. But, man, you got 53 because you need a break in the National Football League. Do you know Micah Parsons doesn't play every play on the defense?
Khalil Mack used to.
Yeah, McIntyre.
That was a bad man. You recall when he made first team for two different positions in the same year?
Yep. Man.
They don't make them like that anymore, dude.
But, speaking of somebody who could be a Khalil Mack.
Who was that? Abdul?
Carter, yeah.
Carter.
You would take the most. Okay, so, Kenny Powers is?
No, I was going to say Kenny Pickett. No, Powers.
No, Kenny Powers is hilarious. He's in that movie where he's the baseball pitcher and his career's over and he's really stupid. And this guy, asked him, because Kenny Powers was a pro baseball player in this stupid little film whose career washed out, but he still thought he was the greatest thing in sliced bread. And he's got a mullet, he's dumb as a box. And the principal, because now he's a PE teacher, and the principal comes up to him and is like, oh, Kenny Powers, I heard you play. Oh, you're the Kenny Powers that played pro baseball. He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, man, that's awesome. I'm not a pro athlete or anything, but I do, hit the gym 6 days a week. You want to join me? And Kenny Powers goes, no, bro. I ain't trying to be number one at exercise. Travis Hunter is number one at exercise. Is he in shape? Is he in shape? Is he in shape? Man, yes. But your body can only take so much physical pounding. Ask Bonnie Blue.
Oh, Bonnie.
She said 1,057 was her limit. Everybody's got a limit. If those who picked up the Bonnie Blue reference, y'all are pervs.
One of your texters texted and says,
I haven't even looked at y'all's texts.
I got you.
It
It was a quick one. It says, there's not really a good QB in this draft, Johnny. Sorry.
I'm not saying that there's the next Andrew Luck. We don't have a John Elway-esque. We don't have a can't-miss prospect like a Peyton Manning, by the way, who was booty his first year. Matt Stafford ain't walking out there. But let me tell you something. Cam Ward's going to be the best option and has the potential to be very good in the National Football League. He can transform the Titans organization. A Shador Sanders again, and I don't understand. He does not just jump off the page and you say, damn. But Jim Drunkenmiller, who's a friend of mine, Jim, sorry. You were the biggest, the largest, the strongest SOB I'd ever met in my life. Dude, we were on Beale Street when I was bartending at Alfred's back in the day. My man was at Blue City and threw the football all the way down past, what was it? Have a Nice Day Cafe. Like, dude had a hose. You know what he wasn't? He wasn't accurate. He was big and physical. You couldn't get the guy down, but guess what? He ain't a running back. Dan McGuire, do you remember him?
Show me the money.
Dude, big, huge arm. You know, Joe Montana has them things called 4 Super Bowls. And people are going to say, Joe Montana, John. Please go look back at Joe Montana. He had a noodle arm.
He did.
He wasn't John Elway, but he had more freaking rings and would beat him every time because you know what he did? He read defenses. He had great anticipation. They ran the West Coast, and he got it into Jerry Rice's friggin' hands, man.
That's why I say he and Tom are the greatest and not this kid in Kansas City.
Again, Pat Mahomes.
He has a hose.
He has a hose, but Pat Mahomes is on just a different level. Like putting it all together, like not every single person has every single thing, kind of like a la Pat Mahomes.
He don't have people will kill me for this, but I don't think he has the knowledge of a Brady or a Montana. They could dissect you before they hike the ball.
I will tell you one thing. I am not going to put it past him again. This is a young man who we always talk about. The most important thing, in my opinion, is I want 35 college starts. That's Brock Purdy. You know why? Because, dude, you can practice all damn day. It's when the live bullets are flying around you. How do you process the information? Are you drifting in the pocket and turning a 1st and 10 into a 2nd and 20 and making bonehead mistakes? He started every single game. And, yes, it was at HBCU. Still started every game. Then he went to Colorado. Started every game. Behind a terrible offensive line. Again, he's seen a lot of live action. You get him in there with an offensive coordinator and a great mind. I don't know why you can't sit there and work with this kid and have him boom, 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 boom. I'll tell you one thing. You are a San Francisco 49ers fan. Would you rather have Brock Purdy running your offense or possibly Shador Sanders? Because I think Kyle Shanahan could get – like right now you're going to say Brock Purdy.
No, I'm not. No, I was about to shock you. Because I'm thinking GM. I'm thinking big picture. I get to reset. There you go. I get to reset my contract situation.
Brock.
Yes. And I think I can get right now this year, I can get 75 to 80% of Brock in Shador this year. Next year, I'm looking to get 100% plus. But this year, as a rookie, you give me 80% of Brock and I reset that salary. Oh, yeah, I'm taking Shador all day long, baby.
Thank you. And I love this person. Tim Tebow won the Heisman. He didn't last long in the big boy league, did he? And he was a big boy.
Beat the Steelers, though.
Just saying, you never know. I mean, Tom Brady, did we ever think he was going to be the GOAT? Dude by the way, before even his Botox and all of his surgeries, I mean, do you realize he looked like Andy Griffin or Opie or someone from Mayberry? Pasty white, noodle arm, no athleticism. But you know what? Drew Henson, they tried to replace him there in Michigan. He was supposed to be just a backup for Drew Bledsoe, the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He got his shot, and you know what he did? He worked, and he surprised a lot of people, and he became the GOAT. I got to take a break. I'm sorry, Darian.
Yeah, you can go.
I'm gonna take one right now and come back on the other side, and I'm gonna give you a little wood. If you don't notice, I had on Tuesdays sometimes my mind just rambles.
Just you and your thoughts.
Just me and my thoughts. It's a scary place.
It's a scary place. There you go. You got to finish it.
And if you could see my notes, you know that I'm a crazy person. I think I saw something like you might be I don't know. I don't want to say I'm not a psychopath, but like if you every time you write, it's different. Like you can never tell my writing. Have you ever looked at it? It's the craziest thing ever. Look at like every day you could flip through these notes and it looks like a different person who wrote everything. I got to take a time out. Sorry. Pay some bills. Hit me up. On the other side, make sure you come back because I'm going to make you laugh. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Sports 56 and 95 FM.
It's time for the ultimate Hot Wing Showdown at the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival, Saturday, April 26th at the Memphis River Garden Park on Riverside Drive. See over 60 teams fighting for hot wing supremacy along with live blues, soul, and rock and roll, all in support of the Ronald McDonald House. It's a sizzling day of fiery flavors, live music, and family fun, and you're invited. Get your tickets now at worldwingfest.com, sponsored by RS Financial Group, Bank 3, ATC Fitness, and Universal Access. This is your delicious chance to make a difference.
Top Gun is the largest indoor range in the Mid-South. The size isn't the only difference. Top Gun has the best instructors with over 300 years combined experience and classes all the way from first shot to master marksmanship. Plus, Top Gun is affordable. Gold membership is just $48 a month. That's just $1.60 a day for a limited range time. Free gun rentals with purchase of ammo and members lounge access. Top Gun, 2770 Witten Road and TopGunMemphis.com. Always shoot with the best. Top Gun Memphis.
It's tax season, and by now, I know we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Here's another 20%. That's the overall increase in identity theft-related tax fraud in 2024 alone. Wow. But it's not all grim news. Here's a good number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock has a U.S.-based restoration specialist. They'll work to fix it. Backed by another good number, the $1 Million Protection Package. In fact, restoration's guaranteed or your money back. Don't face identity theft and financial losses alone. There's strength in numbers. And with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection for tax season and beyond. Join now, save up to 40% on your first year with the promo code HERD. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com. The promo code is HERD, H-E-R-D, for 40% off. Terms apply.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save money on your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
Attention passengers, we reached 10,000 feet and internet is now available for purchase. I just paid hundreds for this flight and you can't even throw an internet? I'll just take the fruit pretzels. Sorry, but I do have snack boxes for sale. I'm just gonna sleep. In that case, we are selling pillows and blankets as well. I'll just breathe. That's free, right?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates, other insurers, not available in all states.
It's time for the ultimate Hot Wing Showdown at the World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival, Saturday, April 26th at the Memphis River Garden Park on Riverside Drive. See over 60 teams fighting for hot wing supremacy along with live blues, soul, and rock and roll, all in support of the Ronald McDonald House. It's a sizzling day of fiery flavors, live music, and family fun, and you're invited. Get your tickets now at worldwingfest.com, sponsored by RS Financial Group, Bank 3, ATC Fitness, and Universal Access. This is your delicious chance to make a difference.
When you're working outdoors, unpredictability is the norm. So tackle the toughest jobs with a 2025 Honda Pioneer Semi. This running side-by-side looks powered to any party with reliable torque towing and smooth shifting for trails. And you can choose between 3 trims, standard, deluxe, or the Trim Timber Force Edition. Ultimate Outdoors Adventures. See the 2025 Honda Pioneer Semi today at the Center Honda, 5656 Road.
Spring is in the air, and that means it's time to get your Choate's AC tune-up. Choate's has proudly served the Mid-South for 67 years, and to celebrate, we're offering our AC tune-up for just $67 per unit. Make sure your system is running efficiently before the summer heat arrives. But hurry, this special offer won't last long. And if you're thinking about upgrading your system, now's the time. Install a new Carrier HVAC system and choose your deal. Up to $2,100 in instant cool cash rebates, 60 months no interest financing, or free air duct cleaning with install. It's time to spring clean with Choate's and enjoy cleaner air, better comfort, and big savings. Call 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com to schedule your service today. Turn to the experts with Choate's and let our family serve your family.
It's tax season, and by now, I know we're all a bit tired of numbers, but here's an important one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Here's another 20%. That's the overall increase in identity theft-related tax fraud in 2024 alone. Wow. But it's not all grim news. Here's a good number, 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock has a U.S.-based restoration specialist. They'll work to fix it. Backed by another good number, the $1 Million Protection Package. In fact, restoration's guaranteed or your money back. Don't face identity theft and financial losses alone. There's strength in numbers. And with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection for tax season and beyond. Join now, save up to 40% on your first year with the promo code HERD. Call 1-800-LifeLock or go to LifeLock.com. The promo code is HERD, H-E-R-D, for 40% off. Terms apply.
Elwood Shack in the Lowe's parking lot on summer just keeps getting bigger and better. Bigger because now there's a second Elwood Shack at 4040 Park across from the University of Memphis. And better because you can get breakfast every day at both Elwoods. There's the barbecue breakfast burrito, even beef brisket or pork shoulder, and pancake biscuits made fresh daily. Real house-made pancakes, apple and bacon, French toast, and more. And the new Elwoods even at the Real Coffee Bar serving fresh roasted J. Brooks coffee. Elwood Shack, now with 2 locations and open every day for you.
Pools, and more pools. Yes, it is pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure is already booking pool installs, so you need to buy now and get on that list. 24-foot pools start at $19.99 install. Liners are starting at $2.99. You're going to need some pool accessories, so they're all up to 20% off. Not quite ready for a pool? That's fine. Get a 5 or 6 person hot tub starting at under $7,000. You can also go for a swim spa or perhaps a cold plunge tub. Those are now $2,000 off. Get patio furniture up to 50% off on select sets. Buy your pool now. Get on that install list. Mention this commercial, and your install is free. It's underlined in the in-bold print, so you know it's big. It's pool time at Family Leisure. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together. Listen each and every Sunday morning at 11 to join Ottawa Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawa is a PCMSA church in downtown Memphis.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a two-stepping Tuesday, and all I've been doing is talking and giving you my opinion. During the break, I read some of y'all's texts. I love your texts. I appreciate everybody. We were talking about safeties and cornerbacks. Travis Hunter, And one text came in and it says, the safety's primary duty is to shut down the tight end and other receivers. The linebacker primarily stops the run. Well, no ish on the very simplistic way that you put it. But it depends on a lot of things. Like, I don't know if you know this. Safety's main job, there is not a coach that's ever coached football ever who did not make sure that his safety did what, number one? He could tackle. How many safeties do you think led the league, their team in tackles last year? 5. I want you to think. We had Nick Cross. He had 160 tackles from the safety position. Think about all the great safeties. Like, are you, like, the smallest one I can think of, the two smallest I can think of that played the position were Darrell Green and Tyrann Mathieu. They called Tyrann Mathieu the honey badger for a frickin' reason, because he wasn't afraid to tackle anything. But Ronnie Lott, how about the Baltimore Ravens safety? How about Kyle Hampton? Why was he the Pro Bowl? Why was he a Pro Bowler? Oh, because you led the Ravens in what? Tackles. 68 of them on running backs. So you're telling me their first primary thing is to do what? The tight end, my ass. Because again, you just simplistic. You made football so simple it's not even funny. Do you realize how many different coverages there are? Let's just start with, how about cover 2? 2 safeties deep, each cover half the field, underneath defenders. Now, that style safety is primary not to tackle, but guess what? They sure as hell better come up because they have deep half. The Tampa 2 has a different variation because they're likely to drop a third safety because they had such a prolific front 4 and linebackers. I don't know if you remember that guy, Derek Brooks or Warren Sapp. So, yeah, you put Barber more primary, but you know what? Barber came up and made a ton of tackles. If you're in cover 3, balance, run pass prevention, safeties focusing on who? Oh, that would be the running back. Strong safety focusing on who? Oh, that would be the tight end. You have 4 underneath zones and 3 deep. AKA
Bob
quarters,
Sanders, man.
Cover 4.
Remember him? Bob Sanders. That was the one I was like, which? Bob Sanders.
Dude, what about my boy who got murdered?
Sean.
Thank you, Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor.
Was he the biggest, baddest freak y'all ever seen play safety? Yeah, because he was just like Derek Brooks coming downhill like a linebacker, but he could also cover anybody with speed to burn. Again, no. And I appreciate you listening, Texter, and thank you for giving me a few things to rant on. But no, the safety's duty is not to shut down the tight end and stop other receivers. And again, when you say the linebacker's primary job is to stop the run, well, no ish. Sometimes it's not to stop the run. Sometimes they blitz and it's to get to the quarterback. Sometimes they drop in coverage. Even defensive ends drops in coverage and they run zone. But my thing is you better have your defensive line, your linebackers, and your safety, the last lines of protections, dude who can get big people on the freaking ground. Deion Sanders did not play safety. Because Deion did not like to tackle anybody. For as great as Deion was, he was one of the worst tackling cornerbacks I've ever seen in my entire life. Dude would sidestep, dude would dance to get out the way. But he also knew where his bread. Troy Polamalu. Do you think Troy Polamalu with his dope-ass hair got all those Head & Shoulder commercials because he was making interceptions? Or was he lighting people up like a Christmas tree? Your safety better be able to bring it. So again, no disrespect. Wrong. I'm right again. I'm going to leave work today feeling a lot better about myself, so thank you very much. And if you can't tell,
I'm right again.
It always feels good. No, but I do appreciate you texting, and I just like to, I freak out on everything. It's okay. He also said, the same texter sent a great one. He said, Mahomes is a football freak. Brady or Montana, like, they're not amazing. Like, you didn't watch them and go, oh my God, that guy's so amazing. Did you see what he did? He ain't Lamar. They are Lamar Jackson. They are not John Elway. They
Anthony
are not
Richardson. They're not.
They
yeah.
aren't making those type of plays. They look but damn, man, when they play from the pocket and they do their job, which is to make sure everybody's lined up, read the coverages, and get the ball out on time to their play. No one was better. But no, you never watched them and were like, man, I want to. Man, could you imagine if they ran the decathlon, they could probably get a gold medal. They weren't going to beat Caitlyn Jenner. Bruce. And by the way, the texter, you said you're primary, and primary is the key word. But I can't roll on that. That doesn't make my argument with you sound really entertaining, and it's a one-sided argument, and it's unfair. I almost realized I'm kind of like a judge.
You're the judge and the jury? Kind of, sort of?
No, I don't want to be a part of that jury, man. Jury pool. Judge, you make money. They get that little robe, power.
Say they get them a little robe and some power.
And my man Randy talked about, Tim Tebow winning a bunch of Heisman and didn't make it in the big league and all that stuff. I agree. But he made another great point, which goes with mine, so I got to read it. He said, "Great point, John. You must be a genius. The safeties, they got to not just be able to, but they got to want to tackle you. They got to want to hit. You got to have a different mindset. Like Dion wants to dance down the sideline and score touchdowns, and I don't blame him, man. If you were that fast, I would too."
Sounds like your intro music. Those things are for cowards. No, I'm not a coward. That's not you. That sounds like your intro music.
It is pretty good. By the way, can I just also tell y'all one other thing?
Yeah, you got a little minute.
About a minute. I got a little time. I just want to tell you about my girl, Margie O'Neill. She's over at RE/MAX Experts. Right now, everybody's kind of like freaking out, man. Well, you don't need to freak out, because if you're looking to buy or sell a home, yes, it could be stressful. Yes, you might not understand the markets. Man, you might not know where you want to put your family at because you need to be by school or this or that. Well, guess who knows? That's my girl Margie O'Neill over at RE/MAX Experts. Go and check her out. Just go to margie.o'neill at remax.net. That's margie.o'neill at remax.net. Check her out. Or give her a call. She'll pick up. She makes life easy. 901-685-6000. That's 901-685-6000. For your new home, hit up Margie O'Neill. She makes it really easy. Dude, all y'all make my life so much easier. I appreciate the texters. And again, thank you, texter, who let me go on a rant. And I didn't throw you in the bus because I don't have your name. But I appreciate you giving me a... that's the thing. I do better on shows by myself because I'm not good at listening to other people. How many times have I been caught completely thinking of something else when somebody's talking, and I've had somebody like, "Oh, you stop listening."
In Memphis, we call that zoned out.
Like, bruh, I zone out really good. Out. But when I just let this rambling
equilibrium
flow,
just go.
And again, I read and I read what I want to. So I read what I wanted to, and I got to go off. Now it's time to get away, because I'm going to go to Getaway Sports Bar, drink the coldest beer in town, 4632 Winchester Road. When you need to get away, that's the only place to go. Getaway Sports Bar. For Darian, I'm John. I guess I'm not going to gamble today. I think I'm going to take a day off. Y'all get out there and make the world a better place. I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.